everybody. Thanks for joining us today. This is April 22nd. Monday's lesson is entitled Justice for the Oppressed. The memory verse is found in Amos chapter 3, verse 8, which reads, "A lion has roared, who will not fear the Lord? God has spoken, who can but prophesy?" The lesson in a nutshell is you are your brother's keeper. The nation that's being judged here is Israel, the northern kingdom, and it seems as though God is judging them the most severely because of the way they have oppressed their own people. Israel is found in the climax of its prosperity. There's an economic boom due to the fact that the Syrians that have been oppressing them are now distracted with the Assyrians. And now Israel's been able to regrow, economically. But as their prosperity is progressing, like the entanglement of most rich folks, they're not satisfied with what they have, but they always want more and more and more. And Israel winds up oppressing the poor. Great exploitations of the weak, and they have obtained their riches in the most dishonest and undignified ways. I'm reminded of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Bible tells us that they too wound up falling into the most incredible apostasies and degeneration in the time of prosperity and idleness. They were brought to such a level of sin that God decided that He needed to intervene and judge them in a special way. Now, the Bible does not teach that it is a sin to be rich. We have Job, who was rich, Abraham, who was rich, Jacob. We have Nicodemus, who was rich. The problem is not being rich. Ty Gibson says it the best, in that we will be judged by our riches in two ways: how we become rich and what we do with our riches. How we become rich, if we wind up obtaining our riches by lying or by stealing, compromising our integrity, exploiting others, these are not acceptable means. If we have to wind up sacrificing our responsibilities to the Lord or sacrificing our responsibilities to our family or community, then we have not obtained riches by the proper means. Now, the way we spend our riches is another deal. God is the one that ultimately gives us the power to be financially stable and to have means. But He does this not so that we can be hoarders, but so that we can be a channel in which He can bless others. We should not be worried only about our own worries, our own plans, our own expenses. But the Bible teaches us that we should be concerned about other folks. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 24 reads, "No one should seek their own good, but the good of others." Philippians 2:4 tells us, "Not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interest of others." Not only are we supposed to provide financially, support materially, but we can be rich in other ways too. Rich in talents, rich in knowledge of the truth, which is really true riches. But even that type of richness can be a snare if you just hoard it for yourself and you don't choose to give it away. Choose to help. Isaiah 58 verse 6 and 7 tells us what a converted heart should look like. What is the ultimate result of the gospel? "Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter, when you see the naked, to clothe them?" As you go through your day today, I just challenge you to see if God has opened up any opportunity for you to be a blessing on someone else. Think, if there's someone out there that might be hungry, you don't know how many prayers have been answered just by a discerning soul thinking in their mind, I know so-and-so is struggling. I should go and get them groceries. And it turns out that that very person was praying to God for food to feed their family that day. Listen to the Spirit of God. Perhaps He has someone in your life that you can bless, either spiritually, physically, mentally. In some way, you can give a little bit of yourself, whether even if it's time, to help someone along their way on this day. I'm going to leave you with the words of Jesus. This is very personal to Him, and He is so grateful when He sees His children blessing others. He takes it personally. Listen to what He says. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer Him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. You are your brother's keeper. Let's see how we can make a difference today. God bless you. Thanks for joining us today. If there's any questions on the lessons, please post them on our Facebook page. Look for the post questions that we put where you can vote for a response. We will be giving the responses and the results of those votes on Friday's class that we'll have to go over the lesson as a whole. So thank you for joining us again. God bless you. Have a wonderful today, and I will see you tomorrow.